from Detonation Multi-Gaming Team up in the top right-hand corner, it is our red Zog player, Vaisravana, hailing from Japan.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner of Iron Fortress, hailing from Mexico. We've seen him go 2-0 in the previous match. It is representing Brawl Outset Gaming, JimRising. I always want to say representing X race, and then it just sounds really bad. Be like, representing the Zerg race. That just sounds bad. I guess the Hive you could go with.
Maybe. Representing the Hive, representing the Swarm. Representing both sending your overlords in the same scouting pattern and then bumping into each other.
Oh, it's a high five. It's not bumping. It's totally a high five. That would be a great animation you can buy. Just like instead of an Overlord dance, Overlord high five.
Overlord? Oh, yeah, that's true. Overlords do have a dance animation, but if they had, like... I don't know how it'd work, because either they'd, like, high five empty air, or you'd have to wait for your opponent to also do the animation when they were close.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless
I don't
you
know.
just suck them into it. I don't know.
But it looks like an earlier pool for JimRising going for the aggression, while Vaisravana going for the economic. But I feel like how big this map is, it may just negate JimRising's early pool if he really plans to be aggressive. But
Yeah.
maybe it's more of a defensive thing. Maybe he's played his opponent before and knows it's a little bit more. He's a little bit more aggressive.
Maybe. I don't think JimRising's pool was early enough that he's going to be putting on any kind of serious aggression with it. Just more of a sort of regular old expand. Both gases go down at about the same time, so they'll have pretty much the same time speed. So yeah, I don't think it matters too much. To be honest, I don't think it actually matters too much either in terms of economy or in terms of aggression. Because whilst JimRising does get his hatchery down a little slower, he gets that queen a lot faster, and the extra production from the queen is going to boost his drone count as much as or more than this extra hatchery.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And really, the extra hatchery for JimRising isn't too far behind Vaisravana's. So it may actually even out a little bit better for him. And JimRising does have a full scout into Vaisravana's base. Well, even though Vaisravana did give it a scout into JimRising, both the overlords are being pushed out. Earlier, though, JimRising's overlord kind of was hanging out there for a longer time. A little bit more scouting information.
Does get that little extra bit of information, but the links are going to come in to kind of confirm what the Overlord saw. See whether he stops at 100, whether he takes them off, whether there's another one going down or a Rotoron or something surprising. But for now, nothing too surprising at all. Everything looking pretty much regular as planned. Although Vaisravana has actually taken those drones off. I'm not sure if JimRising saw that. But
he did not see that in JimRising. Oh, taking off 2 drones, but a lot later than Vaisravana's. I wonder if they're doing the same thing, or if it's just doing the same thing with slightly different time, or it's just a coincidence here. But we will see Vaisravana actually confirm whatever he needs to, or actually won't quite confirm it, but does spot the queen count, which is pretty big.
Yeah, pretty high queen count here for JimRising, and I want to take a second as well to look at their drone counts, because JimRising has a little bit of an edge, despite the fact that his hatchery was down late, and that's because with that faster pool, it's actually the more economic opening, because you go for that, you get the queens out faster. So, yeah, it's an interesting little fun thing in ZVZ. But now, 12 lings on the way from Vaisravana, 14 now, just scheduled to finish up just after speed. JimRising is going to have to make the hold here, but he does have his Baning Nest down. I don't think he's going to be able to get a wall off, though, even as and when he sees this. And that could be a bit late, because this Overlord's being driven away.
Yeah, really nice from Vaisravana. He does not even miss an inject right here with how he's been playing this. And the Overlord will get pushed back. It will spot the lings, though, which will be nice for JimRising, but will he be ready? He's got Baneling. He does have Baneling Nest down, but no Banelings yet. And as you were saying, no really good Wallens.
No, nothing too bad. Really nice surround there by Vaisravana, but the extra lings swell forth from JimRising, and he is going to push this back without too much issue. He built his own big swell of lings just a second after. So yeah, now with his Banelings coming in as well, yeah, JimRising is going to have to back off a little bit. He's overextended slightly. These Banelings are going to be lost, but if he can lure... Oh, Vaisravana back pretty close there, but Vaisravana is paying attention and will not lose any more to those Banelings.
And Vaisravana is actually is actually transferring now into roaches, and this is going to be really interesting. He's got to be very careful not to let this, or not to let the aggression from JimRising or he's got to let very careful for JimRising not to be too aggressive here before the roaches get out to be able to reinforce.
Yeah, and JimRising is going to move straight up in the main and get taken straight back down again. All those banelings as well. One of them gets a pretty solid hit, but that didn't go too well for JimRising, and now he has to be a little bit worried with all these roaches on the way, all the lings as well. It's gonna be a little tough for him to hold on here.
Definitely. It will be very tough, and there's only one Evo chamber to get any sort of wall off. And to boot, the Roach Warren isn't even done yet, so he will not be able to reinforce and push back these roaches. Roaches coming in now, and Ling's trying to get a nice concave into JimRising's forces. Roaches going a little bit of a choke point right there, but they will get a nice surround onto this queen. There is a lot of queens, though, for JimRising, but a lot of banelings coming in. Won't actually get the damage they wanted to get done, though, and this is looking really good for Vaisravana here, is completely sacking the natural base. Vaisravana takes game 1